I'll start with you, Paddy. Obviously a massive fight next month. UFC 314, Michael Chandler. How are we feeling?
Great. Can't wait to get back in there. It's been a while. Haven't fought since July. I'm coming to take the number 7 ranking.
And obviously Michael Chandler's a big name. You know, we all know the career he's had. It's going to be an exciting fight. But how are you feeling coming into this one? What do you think the biggest threat for Michael Chandler is?
His big overhand right and left hook. You know, he's explosive. He's going to come in and try and take my head off. And that's what we're preparing for. We're ready for it. I don't think he's going to shoot any takedowns because he knows I'll submit him.
Well, I can't wait for it. Michael, obviously the last time we saw you was against Shara Bullet. What a performance that was. How you been since then?
Yeah, man, I've been good, man. I've been good. Just enjoying life at the moment, but I'm itching to get back in the cage, man. I'm seeing all these guys lined up for fights, and I'm just waiting.
We are also itching to see you back in there. Any idea when that will be and who it will be against?
I haven't a clue, but everyone seems silent at the moment. I don't know if that last fight worried a few people, but everyone seems a bit silent. So, you know, there's many names out there. I think me and Usman would be a good fight.
Okay.
Me and yeah, there you go. I want to punch Kobe in his face for some reason. I don't know why.
Don't we all?
So yeah, there's guys that's out there, and I'm just waiting for them to respond to the call.
Okay, well let's open this up to the public. Who's got some questions? You got some microphones out there, I believe. Do we have any microphones? Anyone with a question?
Yo.
Hi, Karen.
Paddy, this one's for you.
Oh, there he is. Ryan.
Where are you, Ryan?
Yeah.
There he
is. For you. After Luke Riley's recent knockout and his public call out to Dana White, have you got a message for Dana to sign Luke Riley to the UFC?
I don't need to say anything, lad. Dana knows who Luke is and Dana's going to sign him. It's as simple as that.
Done deal?
It should be.
Thank you, Pat. Good luck in your fight.
Next up.
Oh, Paddy, lad.
Hello, mate.
Alright, mate. No, you said in an interview the other day about Michael Chandler's cheating, and you said if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So what will your reaction be if it gets to round 5 of the fight and Chandler gets a bit desperate and starts smashing the back of your head in? What are you going to do about that? Are you going to start cheating back, mate?
Well, it's not going to get to round 5. It's going to be finished before then. But it's not on me, lad. It's on the referee. You know what I mean? The referee was quite slow in the Charles Oliveira fight and he didn't stop him. So Chandler just kept hammer fisting the back of his head. It's on the referee.
One more thing, Paddy, as well. My girlfriend absolutely loves you, but she's at work, so she couldn't get you. Could I please get a quick call out, or whatever you want to call it, for Mia Edley?
It's happening to me, a girl.
Love you, brother!
Next up.
Hey, got a question for MVP. I heard you say you want to fight Colby Covington. How would you finish that pussy-ass bitch?
I'm hoping for a repeat of a jumping knee to the face. You'll see how that went, so I'm hoping that way.
I'd pay the pay-per-view just to see you beat his ass. Thank you.
No worries.
It's a good question. Anybody else? Don't be shy.
Right, guys, so this is both you, both Paddy and MVP. So, MVP, obviously you just done a competition recently with Nathaniel Norris. Paddy, obviously, Cage Warriors. So, what do you guys think in terms of Nathaniel smashing in Organ and just showing up this fake pirate?
What was the question?
How do you see Nathaniel smashing up Morgan, the fake pirate?
I think that fight could go either way. I rate both fighters, you know what I mean? Nathaniel's a great fighter, he's got very fast hands, and Morgan's also a very good fighter. I think if Nathaniel keeps it on the feet, he'll piece him up, but if Morgan gets it to the ground, it's a completely different story.
I agree, to be fair. I was actually talking about this fight a couple of days ago and saying this. I think this is probably the closest fight on the card in terms of statistics, in terms of their strengths, their weaknesses. It's the closest fight on the card, so it's going to be a good one. But I'm pushing for Nathaniel.
Perfect. I was just going to say, obviously, Lonnie's making his debut here in London.
Big up Lonnie.
But we all know his striking. He's very good, of course, and he's making a big scene here in the UFC. What do you think he has to do in terms of pushing up the ranks and getting that belt in the next 2 years?
You have to knock people out, you have to be entertaining, it's a whole package, but first things first, you have to win your fight. You know what I mean? The way he's been, the reason why he's actually here at the UFC now is because of how he's performed. If he can keep that consistency in the UFC, definitely he'll get to the title shots.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, I'm Cody from Liverpool. I'm with questions for Michael Bisping.
Where are you? Wave your hands. Oh, there we go. Hello, mate.
We were told the shift in UK MMA and its popularity changed once you was on The Ultimate Fighter. How does that make you feel, and what do you think of UK MMA and fighters like Paddy and MVP?
So I think the question was being on The Ultimate Fighter and then the face of MMA kind of changing in the UK. What do I think of these guys? Well, first of all, the state of UK MMA has never been stronger. I mean, look at these two guys here, big, massive fights on the hands. Obviously, we've got Tom Aspinal, Leon Edwards tomorrow night as well, taking on Sean Brady, trying to become the champion again as well. So it's never been in a better place. Paddy's doing incredible things. I mean, that submission last year over Bobby King was just unbelievable, one of the best I've ever seen. And this guy on the end is one of the best strikers that we've ever seen in the sport, full stop. So they're going to do big things, and the UK is going to get lots more champions.
And the second question is for MVP. How do you think the fight between Paddy and Michael Chandler will go?
Again, I was actually talking to him just a couple of minutes ago, saying it's a tough fight. Paddy was saying is keeping it long is key. You know, Chandler's very explosive, but what a great scalp it is for him to take, and you know, for him to keep proving himself and moving forward. In all honesty, Paddy's like the younger, more fresh guy coming into it. I definitely see Paddy being able to take this one.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Over here.
Yes, Paddy, I just want to know, once you bounce Mike Chandler's head off that canvas, who do you want next?
I want someone in the top 5, you know what I mean? Like a Charles, a Gagey, a Poirier. Because then, once I beat them, I can't rush to Islam, lad, you know what I mean? You can't fight Islam when you beat number 7. But someone in the top 5 in Abu Dhabi, and then Islam next year.
I think it should be hand sanitizer boy.
He needs to beat someone at 55 first, a little chorizo.
Thank you.
Little chorizo. Let's go.
Well, that's just a follow-on from that question. Basically, what would you do to hand sanitizer boy? How would you put him away?
I think I'd do the exact same thing I'm going to do to Michael Chandler. Kick him in the face or submit him, you know what I mean? He's a midget, lad. He's
yeah. Alright.
How you doing?
Question for Michael Venom Page. MVP, who do you think is the best striker in the UFC at the moment and all time?
At the moment, me, all time, Anderson Silva.
That's a good answer.
This one's for Paddy. I know you're not supposed to overlook your opponents, but once you beat Michael Chandler, what's next for you?
Just answered that.
Shit.
But I don't overlook anyone, lad. I learned a lesson from that years ago when I fought Jared Gordon. I thought beating him was just a formality, and then I had the toughest fight of my life. So I don't ever look past anyone. You need to focus on the person who's in front of you.
Cheers, Paddy. Let me ask you, Michael. Saturday night, we've got Leon Edwards, Sean Brady. How do you see this one going down? What's your pick?
Stylistically, I think, obviously, Sean Brady's a more decision type of fight. He's going to want to take him down, hold him down. I just think Leon's, I can't even say underestimated. I think he's proven himself with regards to his wrestling abilities in terms of being able to get back up. Even with Bilal, as much as it was a difficult fight for him, he got back every single time, got back up. And I actually think the time played a massive factor in how tired he seemed on his feet. but still was able to get up every single time. I think that's going to play the part, and he's going to be more dangerous this time, being a decent hour fighting on his feet. So I definitely edge it towards Leon.
And Paddy, obviously, you're a teammate of Molly. She's going to fight on Saturday night. How's she looking in training camp?
She's looking great, you know what I mean? She hardly had to cut any weight this fight. She's in the best shape of her life, and I can't wait to see her get back in the win column. Same with Nathan. Can't wait to see him win his proper debut in front of the crowd.
Over there.
Hey, Paddy, when you beat Chandler, are you going to be headlining the UK? If so, where? And is MVP going to be on that card as well?
It depends if it's a pay-per-view or not. I can't see the UFC putting me on a fight night card anymore. I think I'll just be on pay-per-views from now on.
Not even the headline?
To lose some money, aren't you, lad? I'm pay-per-view box office, son.
Cheers, Paddy.
Hey, how you doing? Sorry for making expense over here. On your left. Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
So I just wanted to ask, great question first and foremost. I was going to talk about the main event as well, but for MVP, where do you see yourself going forward? You've just done an amazing performance against the Bullet, of course, at middleweight. Do you see yourself in this division? Would you see a future in middleweight? You did say there was some unfinished business here first.
Well, as we know, I'm the captain now. I'm going to make those decisions. You know, honestly though, I feel welterweight is where I want to be. There's a lot going on in the welterweight, a lot of fighters that I'm looking at that I feel like I can scout. So welterweight is definitely where I want to be. Middleweight is always going to be an option if there's an exciting fight. Mate, I'll go up to light heavyweight if there's an exciting fight. So if the fight's right, you're going to see me there making noise, but for the main focus, it's going to be welterweight.
All right, nice, thanks.
I've got a question for Paddy. Hi, Paddy.
Shannon.
I saw Michael Chandler make a video with a blonde wig pretending to be you on social media. Are you going to do the same thing to him, or is that the kind of thing?
Nah.
No?
What would that look like though, if you did?
I'm not that cringe. It did make me laugh though with the wig on with You'll Never Walk Alone, shadow boxing. I did think that was very funny. I don't even know what I'd do if I was going to do something back to him. I'd have to put like a Arnold Schwarzenegger suit on and walk around like that.
Yeah. And for Michael, I see you train a lot with Israel Adesanya, you guys are friends. What do you guys bring to each other's fight game at the moment? Is that cool?
Yeah, you know, he's just another creative mind. I'm very creative in my style. I don't like to do things conventionally, as I think most people can see, and he's very similar in that sense. And when you've got two creative minds bouncing off each other, it literally just opens doors to places that you didn't even know you could go to. So yeah, it was a pleasure. You will see me and him working together more in the future. And again, yeah, but the most important thing is getting in the cage and kicking someone in the face regardless.
Question for Paddy. How do you see yourself finishing Michael Chandler? Obviously, your ground game is really good, but considering Charles Oliveira didn't manage to get the submission in the second fight, what do you think you can bring to the table differently?
MMA match doesn't work, lad. Dustin Poirier submitted him.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? And Charles' jiu-jitsu is 10 times better than Dustin Poirier's. He submitted him. So, MMA match doesn't work, lad. He's getting finished, whether it's striking, whether it's ground and pound, whether it's a submission. He's not going far rounds.
You think you're a better striker than him?
I think I've got cleaner striking, yeah, I do. I think he's more explosive, he's got more power, but he comes crashing in, lad, and he gets hurt in every fight, and when I smell blood, I'm like a shark. That's it, you're getting finished.
Top man, cheers, mate.
Yeah, this question for Paddy.
Didn't you ask that question last time? You did, didn't you, you sausage?
So my question is, basically, which was harder, your wing challenge at that restaurant or getting rocked by Vendramini?
Did you catch it?
What, the wing challenge or getting rocked by Vendramini?
Yeah.
What was harder? The wing challenge. Defo, take a smack all day, mate.
And then I have one more question for MVP. How's it feel being the pirate captain?
Feels good, mate. You know what I mean? I'm running shit right now, so feels good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Question for all three of you, well, technically two, because Bisping works for you and can't give an opinion. Love you, mate.
I've got plenty of opinions.
Yeah, but you can't say them, mate. All know.
I'll have a go.
Right. Well, Paddy and Mike. No, Paddy and Michael. Sorry, Mike. MVP. There's a certain English fighter who isn't on stage right now and isn't getting the credit he deserves from the promotion he fights in. That's Thomas Aspinal, right? Mike, I know you can't give your opinion. MVP, if Tom Aspinal and John Jones step into the octagon together, what happens?
Regardless of, I'm a massive fan of both. Obviously, John Jones has been in the game a long time and done so much in the game. It's hard to see him being beaten by anybody. But if I was to put it against, in terms of stylistically, Tom Aspinall is the closest person to be able to do that, definitely. He's such an explosive fighter. He's got a similar kind of bounce to me, but at heavyweight, you don't see that. He's an amazing fighter. It can happen. I'm sure it can happen, but it's a difficult ask.
Same question for Paddy.
Completely agree with Mike. You know what I mean? Michael, you can't pit against John Jones. He's got the best fight IQ I've ever seen. He game plans well, but Tom Aspinall, if anyone can beat John Jones, it's Tom Aspinall. He's got the speed, the power, the grapple, and he's the coolest dude in MMA.
Mike Bisping, we all know what yours going to be because you're his boy. He's your boy. We all know you know what's going to happen because John Jones is out on his back in 1 minute like everyone else has been.
Well, there's definitely a good possibility of that, and that's how dangerous Tom Aspinall is, and I think the reason for that is he's like a heavyweight George St. Pierre. We don't see heavyweights that big, that are that agile, that can move, that are that powerful. They've got the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, the conditioning, the discipline. I mean, that's what Tom represents, and I think John Jones knows that, and I think this fight absolutely has to happen. I was talking to Tom the other night. I know he's pretty frustrated with the situation. He's ready to go. He's in the gym every day training like a madman, just preparing for this fight that isn't even scheduled yet. So I don't know when it will happen or if it even will, but it absolutely should happen. And I would favour Tom Aspinall very heavily.
I think it's bad that arguably the greatest fighter of all time, in my opinion, despite the PED failures and everything that people like to sweep under the rug, is dogging someone that's had under 10 fights in the promotion and under 20 fights in total. I agree with all three of you, and you can tell from what I taught you there that this is personal to me, and I don't even know the lad. It pisses me off that someone that does the stuff John Jones does gets away with it and is favoured by Uncle Dana. I love all three of you. Let's fucking go,
Well, we love the passion. Let's go, young man.
Question for Paddy Pimblett. If there is any fighter, retired or active in UFC history that you would want to share the octagon with, who would it be?
Money-wise, you'd say Conor McGregor, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Pay-per-view buys, but...
The Prime Minister of Ireland.
Yeah. The legacy, gonna say Khabib or Islam.
Also, can you give a shout out to my sister called Zara?
Hello, Zara.
Thank you, Paddy.
I got a question for all three fighters on the stage. What I want you guys to do is play matchmaking for me. If you could each make one fight, no money is an issue, can't include yourselves, but one big fight to see later this year, biggest MMA card of all time, what would it be and why?
Yeah, I think it's going to be John Jones, Tom Aspinall, without a shadow of a doubt. That's the fight that everybody's waiting to see. That's the fight that has to happen, and it will be one of the biggest fights in mixed martial arts history. But
exactly the same, I think. MVP.
Give us another one.
As well.
What else?
Another one?
Islam versus Taporia. That's a good fight, Paddy.
Islam versus Shavkat.
Cool. And for Michael Page as well, what's your fight?
Yeah, I think the same thing is going to be Tom Aspinall, John Jones. That's the one that everybody's waiting for. But if it was something different, maybe Alex Pereira and John Jones. Just for the sake of something different.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Who's next?
Alrighty, guys. This is a question for all three of you. So we've got entertaining fighters. You're all three entertaining fighters, right? We've seen Michael Venom Page crack skulls and throw Pokemon balls. We've got Paddy there coming out the Team Underground. Amen for that. And then we've got Mike winning your title and finishing it with, that was easy. We love that. We love you guys.
Thank you.
What would you guys say, or would you think about the situation with fighters nowadays and these YouTube fighters? You know, they're going really big, making a lot of money, and we're getting a lot of young people, amateurs, coming into the industry and thinking they can do the same and make a load of cash.
I don't see the problem with it. And the reason I said I don't see the problem with it is if you guys are a fan of this sport here, then just keep supporting us over here. You don't have to watch them. I don't understand paying attention to something and being annoyed by it. Stop paying attention. They're bringing their own fan base that don't really know about fighting to their own. This is why people will say that, you know, I don't know, Jake Paul or whatever could beat John Jones or something stupid. They'll say that because they don't understand fighting. So why are we paying attention to those people? We're fans of MMA, real fighting, real combat, so just focus all your attention here.
Yeah, MVP's right, you know what I mean? I'm a big football fan, but I didn't pay attention to that stupid shit footy game at Wembley the other week. You know what I mean? I just watch proper football.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a good thing because it brings more eyeballs and more attention to combat sports in general, but I also think people are kind of getting misled. You know, they're watching a watered down product. I mean, these guys, they're not very good fighters, let's be honest. They can't box, they're watching a very watered down product. And if any young people kind of get inspired to do that and follow these YouTubers, they don't understand that you've got to be very, very serious about this game. It's a very dangerous game. Obviously, injuries are a big part of it, and you're not messing around in that. The idea is to try and finish your opponent, to knock them out or render them unconscious. And I think sometimes some of these YouTubers don't give it the respect that the game deserves.
Well, what does it do to the actual money within the industry to other fighters?
Yeah, I mean, the more money, the better. The more eyeballs means more money, and ultimately that will be a good thing. But, you know, if you want to watch the best stuff, tune into the UFC or high-level boxing. I don't think any real fight fans are tuning in for Jake Paul versus a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. You know, didn't really thrill me, that one. Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you, guys.
Who's next? Over here.
Check my tick. Hi, I'm JK from Against the Fence, and my question's for Paddy the Paddy. Now, Paddy, you probably dread these Q&A sessions a little bit, right, because of the questions. So my question to you is, have you and Molly ever shared a moment together which really brought you close and gelled as a unit, and ever had a heart-to-heart? And if so, are you able to share that?
We always have moments together, lad, you know what I mean? We're in fight camp together all the time. We're in the back, in the changes all the time, you know, warming up, and then after the fights and stuff like that. We're very close in personal life, you know what I mean? It's not just in the gym, we're close outside of it. You know, I always say our gym, it's not a team, it's a family. She's like my big sister, Nathan, who's fighting on my cards, like on this card's like my little brother. You know, we call Paul Uncle Rim, so we're more like a family.
Much love.
Who's next? Over there?
On tour.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Where are you?
The question to Paddy the Paddy. So, I'm a Newcastle fan, and we backed at you at Wembley. 2-1! Get in! Would you ever fight that bird?
So what's the question?
Would you ever fight that bird?
Yeah, I'd punch his head in.
You couldn't reach up to him.
I know I'd chop his calf down with kicks and he wouldn't be able to walk for 9 months.
And I'm talking about all Newcastle fans here. You're not getting Isaac in the summer. Forget that. You can't afford him.
Don't know, you know.
That might not be!
Nah, Newcastle deserved to win last week. I was there at Wembley. They wanted it more, know what I mean? Our team didn't turn up and just deservedly lifted the trophy. It's nice to get beat by a team who's got good fans and deserve to win a trophy after so long.
Thank you very much. Who's next?
Hello. My question is for Paddy. In the month of May, Paddy, we could be looking at two really big moments. Paddy, you knocking Chandler unconscious, and Liverpool winning the league. You're up to it!
I'm actually fighting Chandler in April. and then yeah, I'll be there.
April and May then, that's fine.
I'll be there when we lift the title against Crystal Palace in May. Don't worry about that.
See you there, Pat.
See you there, fella.
We just got a few more minutes with these guys. If you've got a question, line up.
Go ahead.
Mike Owens with Inside Fighting. My question's for Paddy Pimblett. Paddy, when you beat Jared Gordon, people said it was a robbery. When you beat Tony Ferguson, people said Tony was washed. When you beat Bobby Green, people said Bobby wasn't that good. If you beat Michael Chandler at UFC 314, what should people say about you?
You can say what they want, I don't give a fuck. But you know what it's like with me, the goalposts get moved. Now everyone's saying Chandler's gonna knock me out, he's too good for me, he's this, he's that. But when I finish Michael Chandler, everyone's gonna be like, oh, he was 2-4 in the UFC, he's 38 years old, he's past it. Every time I beat someone, like, the goalposts get moved, and I don't think this will be any different.
Well said, don't smash it.
My question is for Paddy. As a Liverpool fan, you know, you'd want all of Salah, Sens and Virgil to stay, but it's looking less likely that's going to happen. Who do you think out of them three is the most important? We get the contract signed.
Obviously the most important is Van Dijk. He's the captain, know what I mean? He leads the team. But personally, I think Van Dijk and Salah are both going to stay, and I think Trent's off to Madrid. I think he's already packed his bags. He's waiting to go and meet his mate Jude.
I think exactly the same, sadly, to be fair.
Okay, we'll do one more.
Oh, no. Hello, over here. It's a question for Michael Venom Page. You've got big wins in the middleweight division and the welterweight division. Which champion do you think you stylistically match up better against? Bilal Muhammad or Dricus du Plessis?
To be fair, I'd fight either of them. To be fair, they're both going to do the same thing, try and grab my legs. Nobody wants to stand in front of me, so I'd fight either of them. It would be the same fight.
Thank you. I really hope you bang out Bilal Muhammad. Thank you.
We got 10 more minutes actually, so we've got a few more questions.
My man's being standing here for
this guy. Speak up, mate. Come on, make yourself heard.
Question for MVP. You've been around the sport for a long time. You're a legend of it. You've been in the UFC for 3 fights now. How many more fights do you think you have left in you?
To be fair, I get asked this all the time, but in all honesty, until I slow down in the gym, I can keep going. And right now, I feel like I'm speeding up. So as long as my body's there for it, I'm going to keep going.
Good man, appreciate that.
How many fights this year though, Mike, in a perfect world?
If I can get 2 more fights, then that would be great. I'm trying to get one as soon as possible. I think there's shows in May that I want to be on. And then I'll get another one at the end of the year. So 2 more fights, definitely.
Who's next?
Yeah, over there. This is Marlon from TMM Sport. I've got a question for MVP. Who would you rather fight, Kobe Covington or Usman? Who would be your #1 pick?
Who do you lot want to see me fight?
Kobe!
So wait. Cheer for Usman. Cheer for Kobe.
I think that's Kobe.
Kobe, I'll punch him in the face.